Right then guys, so we're back. Is the bathroom. What I've done, just offshore out of this video, you know, just doing it quickly myself, is I've just put a little bit of first fixing down there for the toilet, because what I'm going to be doing is I think I'm going to be putting a bidet in, so I'm going to have a hot and cold going up to a valve there, but we'll be doing that in the next video. What we're going to do in today's video is you're going to very quickly watch me insulate the floor. We're going to talk about getting this wall ready for, well, two things. Our bath taps need to be first fixed in this wall just down here, but also we need to think about first fixing and getting in our shower pipes as well. So there's a few things in this video that we're going to be talking about. A lot of it isn't going to be you watching me doing plumbing with pipes and all that sort of stuff, but it is the imperative work that you have to do if you're going to be doing your own bathroom. It's really important you know how to do it properly, safely, and there'll be a couple of little tips along the way that you won't find in any other YouTube videos. You're only really going to get here. Maybe other people do it as well, I don't know. So anyway, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button now, hit the notification button. That is so important. YouTube does not tell people about new videos at the moment very well, and you could miss out. So anyway, let's get on with the video, and remember to hold tight. Let's do this. So here I'm just getting all the insulation in the floor. This is an important bit because it deadens sound for a start, but also it helps your pipes stay nice and hot or nice and cold on their route to the outlet. Really good. Little tip, if you're worried about pipes under the floor, lay out a tape measure. We've all got a phone in our pocket these days. Just get a snap of it like that, and then you've got, not only have you then got boob sweat like I have, but also you'll have a really good idea about where things are on the floor. So just getting the chipboard down now, and there's going to be quite a lot of work to this floor after we've done this to tank it. Right, so we've got some of the floor down, so now with any luck we can get on with, you kind of have to stage this sort of work. So number one, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the floor yet when it comes to what we're actually going to put down. I'm just going to act like we're going to tile it. We might use a thing called Malmo flooring, which is kind of like a laminate but slatted laminate floor. Whatever happens anyway, this is going to get overboarded anyhow. There will be a slight step at the threshold just over there, but that's part of life. If you want a floor that's going to be solid, watertight, because another thing I'm going to do is we're going to actually tank the floor in here. The next stage that I want to go on to is just getting our shower bits first fixed down here. Now we're fitting a crosswater shower here that's got two shower head outlets. So we've got an overhead pan head. In fact, it's pretty much exactly the same as the shower that I've got in the ensuite here. So we've got an overhead shower head there, that bit there, and then also we've got our little control wire there. As usual, I'm going to duct the control wire, but also we're going to run down here and get our shower pipes in. So we've got the head up there, but we'll also have the other one coming down here somewhere. What I'll probably do is run the other one so it's coming out at about there, and then we'll have the actual control bit just there. So it's got that nice sort of symmetry. At the bottom, we're going to be having a bath tap. Ignore that bit of pipe there, that's a bit of speculation, all right? But the other thing we need to do, and I think, I don't actually have to do this bit, but I like to do it when I'm on sites and it makes sense that you do it, is that we're going to ply this wall here, purely for the reason then that we've got something nice to screw into. Then it's going to get hardy backered with this. Then we're going to have a nice thick wall for us to screw anything we want to in there. Obviously it's going to get insulated as well, but the first thing we need to do is find out and pop up in the loft and see when we drill these where they come out. So to just give you a little bit of an idea, we're looking to drill about there. Our loft hatch is just there, yeah? So I can now look and go, right, we're going to be coming out somewhere under all that lot. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Probably somewhere over there, that's what I'm thinking. So the next thing I want to do is just pull away some of that insulation, just to get a mask on, some gloves on, pull away some of that insulation, and then see if there's any wires there, any pipes there, before we drill our holes up. And then once we've got those holes up, we can just leave our first fixed pipes just flopped out here. Then we can push our pipes down and leave them just flopped out here with quite a lot of length left on them, because we know sooner or later we're going to have to do our second fix when we actually fit the shower control valve to this. So yeah, let's get all that moved away now. I'm not doing this on camera because it's bloody horrible. And it is bloody hot, okay? It's, I don't know what the temperature is up here at the moment, but it's 20 past 9 in the morning, and it is going to get up to plus 30 in here easily. I can't wait. Oh no, fucking Christ. Oh God! Right, so we've got our holes drilled up there. Now if we just pop up in the loft, the funnest place ever, and it is getting hotter up here now. After I did that, by the way, I just went off to the suppliers and got some bits, so it is warming up. But our holes, you can't see it, just down there. So let's get those, well, let's get the first bit first fixed. My 22mm bit of JG Speed Fit that I'm using as a duct for our control wire. Now, the good thing is I can drop the control wire and do all this now, but let's just pop this up here. So look, that goes in there. What we need to do now is we need to think about our bath width. Then we need to kind of account for the fact that we're going to be hardy backering, and then that's going to affect where the centre is of the bath a little bit. You know, you're kind of guessing the depth of your tile adhesive. Usually I'd go tile adhesive 4 to 5mm, then the depth of a tile, another 4 to 5mm, then the depth of this, so we're looking at 15mm out. The thing is, a lot of people would tile down to the bath. What I'm going to do, because I want to preserve space down this side, we're going to put the bath in up against our hardy backer and then tile down to the bath. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to have that in my head while we're doing these measurements. So here's our gorgeous bath. It says on it, it's 750 wide by 1500, because we haven't got loads of space because we've got that toilet there, so we can't go, you know, I'd love to put a 1700 long bath in, but I can't. Good thing to do is just to measure that width to make sure that that's correct. It says 750 on here. Look, I mean, we can all read, that's where it is, it says 750. But just measure it first, all right? So yeah, I've just measured that out from there to there, and it is just under 750mm. So 750, you know, we can get a rough idea how far the bath's going to come out. You know, it's going to be quite a nice little slimline, little bathy bit there. I'm liking that quite a lot. The good thing is, right, we've got our hardy backer up here already, so I can just lay that against here, and that's going to give us a nice idea as to where to go. Oh, by the way, I've been in the gym, that's why I've got this lot on. Trying to get rid of some of the puppy fat from Oldborough last week. I ate a lot of fish and chips. Yeah, we can move this along to here and go, right, we can get quite a nice idea using that, how far out everything's going to be. So I can pretty much straight away, 750 divided by 2 is, what's that, 375. Okay, but now we know that, we can plan out exactly where we want to put everything. And this is how we do it. We know that our centre is about here, so our centre is going to be this imaginary line that goes all the way up there. We're then going to get a centre between here and the wall, and then we're going to have that line go up there. And then we're going to have our centre between here and the edge of the bath, which is a line up there. But then we can have the controls here, and then we can have the other shower head coming out just here, the handset. And then usually what we do is we put our pan head central up here, but we're not going to be able to do that because of this bit of roof here. So what we'll probably do is to come out at an offset. I mean, it's not perfect, but we just got to get on with this sometimes. That's how it is. Also, along the way, I'll be sorting out some of the beams there, sorting out some of the beams there, and generally just making that wall a little bit better built. As you can see, we've still got the old loft there. This will also get insulated nicely as well. Hopefully this will go all right. We'll see. So let's have a look at the corner. Imagine this is where we're going to be putting our bath, that big white blob there. We need to then account for the tanking board, because that's going to push the centre of our bath out a little bit just by adding 5 or 10mm. Then we can mark our centre line, which isn't actually on that stud there, and then we can mark our secondary centre lines in this case, because this is the type of shower that we're installing. If you want to keep everything on the centre line of the bath, then obviously you'll only need to measure that one first centre line. Right, so I'm going to feed up the pipe. This will be the pipe that feeds the handset. So we're going to pop that, oh god, it's always so bloody bendy, is the old JG. We're going to pop that in there, like so. Now this pipe's not clipped because this pipe here is purely a duct for our wire. You may ask, why am I ducting the wire? Well, what if I leave this house, or what if something happens and we need to put in another type of shower digital shower manufacturer. It'd be pretty annoying, wouldn't it, if I just got that wire and laid it on the tile adhesive or something and it's never going to come out again. It's a much better idea, and it doesn't take very long either, and it makes your job easier for yourself. If you actually get a duct in, and then what you can do, what I've done in the past many times, is you just get a hoover on one end and you suck your new wire through. It's just so simple. It's a tiny little bit to do, but it makes your job a lot easier. We've now got effectively what I call sort of level height bit here. This is where we're working to. So this pipe, this roughly we're going to have our control set. So our on and off is going to be on here. The handset is going to come out of here. And then, like we said, well, we're going to have that kind of roughly central, but I want everything to kind of work a little bit with the central of the bath. So what we're now going to do is we're going to get a piece of wood along here, and then we're going to fix, guess what, one of these. This is what is going to be the piece that goes on to our shower. So our shower's going to stick through there, and that's going to be where that comes out. So we're going to do that right now, and it's going to be great. So as you can see, I've already fitted my wall plate onto the centre of our secondary centre line. I'm putting the insert in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that pipe in there now with the olive on there, and I'm just going to get my grips and nip that up. Once I've nipped up the olive onto the plastic pipe, I'll then slacken off this nut again, pop some jointing compound on there, pop some jointing compound on the inside of the brass fitting as well, just run it around with my finger, and then I'll re-tighten up that fitting, and that will make sure 100% then that we're not going to get any leaks. Right, so now we're going to get our bit in up here as well for our top head. It's important to make sure you've got a nice bit of solid wood studding or some sort of solid anchorage point for your wall plate. The other thing you need to be mindful of is the fact that in this job I'm going to be adding plywood to this wall. I'm also going to be adding hardy backer. There's going to be the depth of adhesive and a tile on it, so I need to make sure that my wall plate is sticking out far enough so that when I screw in my shower heads, the threads of those shower heads can actually reach the wall plate. And it's the same joyous process yet again for sealing up this pipe and making sure that everything goes okay. Right then guys, so we have got our first fix in. First fixes kind of look a little bit shit sometimes, especially when they look a bit like this, but there you go. So what we've got there, we've actually got a switch going outside. This switch here is going to be for the lights inside the bathroom. There's one up already. There's going to be one there, and one there. But also the wire, we've got a 4-core wire that's going to come over here. I haven't properly put this in yet, but we're probably going to have an extract fan just up there, which is going to be nice. But let's have a little sort of breakdown of what we've done here. Guys, it's getting really hot, by the way. I've just turned the fan off. You guys probably know, well, I'll show you. Look, I always have a fan. This fan just here, that fan points outside, so then any dust that's created while I'm in this room doesn't have a chance to go in the house. Instantly it gets sucked through outside, and it's a really, really good idea for you to do if you're working in someone's house, to do that, because it stops all that dust going everywhere. There's no, you can't get away from it. Wear a mask all bloody day, you're still going to sneeze doing this sort of work sooner or later. Right, so we know the bath's going to be here. What we've got our centre there marked. So remember how we did our centre? We kind of imagined that we're going to have a little bit of board here. We're going to be losing or gaining 10 to 15 millimetres maybe off the side of the wall. 750, that's where our bath ends, okay? This is going to be our handset, so that's going to be like a hose that comes down. I might have it so it's attached in the middle, which is here. Our centre point is just there. That's where that is. When you're doing this sort of work, you have to kind of think how much adhesive am I going to put on and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's just one of those things. So what we've done here, we've got a flexible pipe coming down. We just popped a clip in there. That's going into a wall plate with a 1/2-inch female on it. This is really important to get right. You want to get that nice and tight on there. Get that so it's really, really well fixed, because that is going to be, you know, a point at which on the front end could move, and we don't want to do that. That's why we beamed the back of this like that and made sure that's really, really whacked in. And then also when we board over this, because we're going to board over this with plywood and then also hardy backer, we have a nice thick area there as well. What I might do is just build this one out a little bit, just because I'm kind of worried about the depth of the thread and the fitting that goes in onto that. So what I might do just before we finish this job off is just whip these 3 screws off, pop a little bit of plywood behind that, and then just give myself a couple of extra threads when it comes to doing that up. There's no point leaving yourself up against it later on in the job. When it comes to the top bit up there, obviously we've had a bit of a mare, because really the centre is in line with my tape measure, but if it was going to be there, the height of this would have to be down here because the pan is this wide, and then you're losing that height with the height of your bath off the floor. Suddenly the pan's like here and it's not a great enjoyable bath. So that's why we brought it so it's not there, it's going to be up there. Also I had to bring it down a little bit because pan heads always have a U arm, like a J arm, and that needs to spiral and twiddle in. Okay, so that means you need the room, the clearance between here and the ceiling to allow you to actually turn that round and put that in. Each one of those joints has got a rubberized JG Speedfit insert on them, but also, as you probably saw, I've got an olive in there, and I've also jointing compounded that and done those up. They are not going to leak. And let's face it, they're not actually under real pressure because the water that's coming out is going straight out onto the shower thing, but that doesn't mean to say you should do as good a job as you can right now. So that side of it is done, and that is the end of this video, purely because I need to edit it and get it up for you so you can watch it. But also I want to call it, you know, how to first fix a electric shower. Okay, and look at me, look at the sweat running down, yeah, like goddamn sweat. So what's going to happen with this wall now is this will get insulated. I've got a few more nails to put out there. I've got a little bit of wood to put up there as well and get that sorted. This will all get plywood all the way around. Then this will all get hardy backered all the way around, and it will look totally different. So we'll do that. Then we'll also get up the side panels along here, and we will first fix our bath pipes and also the spigots sticking out for our bath tap, because we're going to have a concealed bath tap on here, okay? Which means two handles on their own and a spout coming out of the wall. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to be in the end here, and it's going to be really easy for us to do if we have a nice plate of wood to build it all on beforehand and everything. So it's going to be a really, really cool video. I'm looking forward to showing you that. If you've got any questions about what I've done here today, comment them in the comment section below. We do a comments video once a month where we revisit that month's videos, and I'll be able to address those comments. Also, I might be able to address those comments in the next bathroom renovation video as well. So it's really important that you ask those questions. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe as well. Remember, all the tools that I've used in this video you can buy on our Amazon store. And just remember that sometimes when you're doing this sort of work, you've just got to work with what you got. Like crappy old 1930s studding. Stuff like that, okay? It's all good fun. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. See you in the next video in this series. And remember to hold tight. Mwah! I love you.